Hey everybody at Blessedarch. As someone who used to review portfolios for OMA for incoming juniors and architects and somebody that reviews portfolios here at my office, I'm happy to take your questions. So let's jump straight into it. Question number one. What is the first thing a firm or employer notices in a portfolio? I'd like to say that it's two things. First of all, it's cleanliness and organization. And then graphic design. But graphic design comes at two levels. One is in the organization of the whole portfolio itself. But the other one is the ability and your skills to tell a story through graphics. That can be diagrams, that can be model shots of like a physical model, or it can also be your plans and sections. So these are the main two things that your portfolio has to convey when we're looking at it. Question number two. Should we include our bachelor grades in the CV? Do higher grades impress an employer? This is a great question. No. I've never included them. I've never seen a portfolio that includes this. I've seen some funny stuff before. But nobody cares about your grades. Your designs and your graphic design skills speak for themselves. Question number three. Are 3D views and renders necessary in a portfolio? Absolutely. Now, I can understand that maybe you're stronger in other skills like model making or drafting CAD plans, but we definitely need to see the project. If you're not strong in 3D rendering, or if you don't like 3D rendering, then include shots of physical models. But if you're applying for a position where they're going to ask you to make renderings, they want to see your renderings. Right. Question number four. Is it okay to add university work in a job proposal, or only built and office work should be added? Definitely include your university work. This is the thing about an index. You should just have an index at the beginning of your portfolio that explains that these are academic projects, these are professional experience projects, and these are individual projects. So your index needs to be very well crafted and curated, and that sets up the whole portfolio. Question number five. What sort of rendering catch more attention, realistic or collage types? Honestly, I think we're living in a post-render world, so I like much more artistic collage version of renderings. And actually, I much more like diagrams, really good diagrams. But, renderings are still required and they're still needed because clients want to see them. So people will hire you for your rendering skills. Right. Question number six. Does scale of the project matter for the portfolio? No, not really. It can be a very small scale project like industrial design, or it can even be the design for a branding, like a logo, all the way up to master planning. It's all about what the studio you're applying to wants to see, because what is the type of work that they do. That's what you need to show them. Question number seven. How important is the CV relative to the folio itself? Super important. You need to have your CV, and it needs to be very well organized, and it has to have all the information required, as in where did you work, what was your responsibility, how long were you there, and the CV and the portfolio need to match. Question number eight. What is the most important thing to keep in mind while making the folio? Well, I think it needs to represent you. I think after somebody reviews your portfolio, they need to be able to say who you are in 2 words. So think about what those 2 words will be. And finally, you should do a portfolio geared or designed towards the type of office you're applying. You can't use the same portfolio for everybody. Question number 9. Should a design company also have a portfolio, or is a website good enough? I'm a design company. I have a design company, and we have both. I think it's both. You definitely need to have a website. That's a prerequisite. And then clients will ask you to send them a specific portfolio, like a portfolio that only has to do with houses, or a portfolio that only has to do with high-rise. So you need to be able to have a master portfolio and cut sections of that portfolio and send it out to your clients as they ask for it. And finally, question number 10, last but not least, is it important to include architectural details in every project? Definitely not in every project, but architectural details or detail drawing or CDs are very important when you're asking for a architecture or senior architect position. If you're applying as a senior architect and you don't have any detailing in your projects, you're not going to be well reviewed. So definitely include those. It doesn't have to be everywhere, but you need to include them. And you can even make a special chapter at the end that just has CD drawings. All right, guys, I really enjoyed that. Hope those answers were helpful for you. I teach summers and winters on the breaks, a portfolio course. Keep in touch in my social media, and you'll see when I release other courses. You can sign up. Thanks, Rishab. Keep watching Blessedarch.